Who got the deuce, baby? Who's got the only sweetest thing in the world? That's right. The deuce is back for the Minnesota Vikings in 2023, as it was reported by Tom Pelissero, NFL Network. Another top running back, domino to fall. Alexander Mattison agreed to a 2-year contract to remain with the Vikings per source. The deal's worth $7 million, then get to $8 million with $6.35 million in guarantees. I think that's a damn good deal for Alexander Mattison. I think it's a great value for the Vikings, especially if he ends up being running back one. We'll get into that in a sec. But, of course, Twerkgate is back. Yes, twerking, all of the stuff. And, hey, Mattison needs that contract so he can pay his fines. Now, I love me some Alexander Mattison, man. 24 years young, 5'11", 215, fighting out of San Bernardino, California, the pride of Boise State. Go Broncos. Was teammates with Ezra Cleveland back in the day. Was a 2019 third-round pick. Now, it was interesting, that draft, because that was the year that Spielman continually traded down. Yeah, I know. But Spielman continually traded down in the third round until at the bottom of the third round, the Vikings got Alexander Mattison. Kenny Polamalu, the running back coach at the time, was ecstatic because Mattison was a perfect fit for what the Vikings wanted to do in that outside zone scheme. And as Dalvin's backup, he has a career 1,670 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns, 4.1 yards per carry. Now, notably, people are going to point out, well, he's got such a low yards per carry. Except Mattison has usually been used as a short yardage back. So hence why the low yards per carry, because a lot of his carries are in the red zone, inside the 5, blah, blah, blah. And the defense stacked up to stop it. So I don't really sweat that. But 70 career receptions as well, 526 yards receiving. 3 touchdowns. Also, filling in for Dalvin Cook. I mean, Dalvin, even though, respect, he played all 17 regular season games this year and the playoff game, but he had missed games. And the backup running back to Dalvin Cook, I mean, if you play fantasy football, Mattison was valuable. And when he filled in for Dalvin in a handful of starts, he has 5 90-plus yard rushing games, including 3 100-yard rushing games. So Mattison, when he's running back one, he can certainly get it done. And that's what leads us to, the question of what happens with Dalvin Cook now, where I don't see a world where they keep both, where Dalvin is due a $14 million cap hit, TBD what Madison's cap hit is going to be, but let's just say it's half of the $7 million for ease of math. So the Vikings are going to put $17.5 million into the running back position, make it like 19 with King Kene as well as Ty Chandler on there. Probably not. So I think this is probably a sign that Dalvin Cook is probably going to get traded. $10.4 million base salary, $2 million of it is fully guaranteed already. So I think it's more likely that he'll be traded, where the Vikings can save $8 million in cap space versus if he's cut, where they only save $6 million. And I think it's just more of a salary dump at this point, where the Vikings don't have a lot of leverage here, so they're not going to get the Christian McCaffrey trade haul. I think what they can settle for is like a 5th-round pick, maybe. So if they can get that, I think that they have to take it at this point, especially if they do see Mattison as the lead back. And I think it's possible, man, where you got Mattison as your running back one, maybe not a true bell cow, but he is a guy that has 3-down capability. He's got solid power, got decent speed, not breakaway speed, but decent speed, good fit in the outside zone, patient runner, sets up his blocks well. He's a good receiver, good pass blocker, and like I said, he can play on all 3 downs. But do you have a world where Mattison is your RB1, getting 65% of the work? King Kene is in the mix in there as well between the tackles. Ty Chandler is sort of your scat back. Maybe you bring in a rookie running back, TBD, sure. And I could see that. I highly doubt, given the Vikings' financial position as well as Kwesi's adherence to analytics, of having 2 running backs on your roster, both on second contracts, when neither of them really play special teams. So I don't really see it. But happy for Mattison. That's a mini bag, getting a little bit of cash, especially in the running back market. So I think that he's a guy that has a lot of good football left in him. I think that could this be like a LaDainian Tomlinson, Michael Turner situation, where once Mattison gets his chance to shine as a running back one, he's just that stud, he's just that guy, just like Michael Turner was after he went from the Chargers to the Falcons? Maybe. Also, a good point is it's still relatively early in free agency. The running back market has been kind of slow to move, but Madison still would have had options. And I don't think that he would have resigned so early in the process if he was told or assured that, yes, Dalvin was going to be back. So, yeah, you're going to get paid, but your work is going to be cut into fractions like it's been the last couple of years. I don't think he would do that. So I think that this signing and Mattison being willing to sign and come back to the Vikings is a clear indication that the Vikings are probably done with Dalvin as well. Again, happy for Mattison, but what does this mean for Dalvin Cook? That is the major question going forward for the Vikings, as well as the Vikings salary cap. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings keep the deuce. Alexander Mattison re-signed for 2 years. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.